All right. Hey, it's your favorite Buckeye here, giving you my rapid reaction to the Cotton Bowl between Ohio State and the Texas Longhorns here on the College Football Mafia family of networks. Uh, what can we say? What can we say? Texas played a tough game. It came right down to the fourth quarter. They were able to hang around and hang around and hang around. But at the end of the day, Ohio State prevailed, thanks in no small part to our captain of the defense, Captain Jack Sawyer. Uh, Thanks to Captain Jack, we'll be getting high tonight. Um, just a fantastic play. That what I, I don't know. So many emotions going through me here. Felt so low after the Michigan game. This is pretty high right now, but I think the only way that we can complete this is Monday, January 20th. Ohio goes to Atlanta again and beats the fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Uh, this game had a little bit of everything in it. I was letting people know during the game. I said, Texas isn't really beating Ohio State. Ohio State's beating itself, and that was true. Lots of self-inflicted wounds, dumb penalties. Travion Henderson got up and shoved a guy, basically 15 yards. That should have been a scoring drive. Um, Bad calls. Again, Ohio State still hasn't had a holding called on their opponent since September 21st. I don't know how that's possible. That's statistically impossible. But at the end of the day, Texas did the right thing. They really shut down Jeremiah Smith. Problem is, you've shut down one, you've got another. It's almost like the Hydra from Hercules myths. It's you cut off one head and nine more grow in its place. You stop one, but you still got nine other heads that you've got to deal with, including Emeka Ibuka, G. Scott, Travion Henderson, Quinshon Judkins. I want to give a special shout out to Will Howard. Uh, Earlier this week, I don't know if you guys watch any of Fox Sports 1. You probably shouldn't, but if you've seen the clip, Sam Achoff, the Texas alum, said that Ohio State had the worst quarterback left in the playoffs. Will Howard was the worst quarterback left in the playoffs. Now, Will Howard did throw an ugly interception. It was a bad interception. But he also, when that was tied, he drove his team down the field and scored to take the lead. Fantastic job by Will Howard. Fantastic job by Ryan Day. Fantastic job by all the coaches. I am so overwhelmed right now, guys. I probably at halftime I had started to mentally prepare myself for uh, Ohio State to let this one slip away. Uh, I then the start of the second half, I was like, oh boy, here we go. But they came through. They battled adversity, and that's what champions do. Uh, they battled adversity. Congratulations to the Ohio State Buckeyes. There are no SEC teams left in the college football playoff. Let me restate that. There are no SEC football teams left in the college football playoff. The Big Ten and an independent who should be in the Big Ten are playing in the national championship game. And this national championship game is probably going to get monster ratings. Monster ratings. Excuse me. Let me clear my throat a little bit. Little victory pool there. This Ohio State Notre Dame game is going to get monster ratings, guys. I don't know that you could script a better national championship. Uh, Ohio State, the biggest brand in college football, going up against Notre Dame, who has an argument to be the second biggest, but going up against Notre Dame, two blue blood programs. Story there, Marcus Freeman, as you all know, was a linebacker at Ohio State. went on to become a graduate assistant at Ohio State. Then he went with Luke Fickell to Cincinnati. While he was there at Cincinnati, he was their defensive coordinator. Then went to Notre Dame to be their defensive coordinator. Before he was named head coach, Ohio State had offered him to come back to Ohio State and be defensive coordinator. He turned that down. That led to the hiring of Jim Knowles. And after they couldn't really find a good candidate because Brian Kelly kind of left him in the dark, Notre Dame decided to go with Marcus Freeman. He's had a bumpy season and a half. I mean, he had some losses last year that people were scratching their head. If you watch any of the Notre Dame shows after the Northern Illinois loss, they were ready to run this guy out of town. And right now he's got him firing on all cylinders and in the national championship. So going to be a great game. Kuz's Corner, congratulations on the win. Thank you, Kuz. Much appreciated. Antoine Codes, congrats, Ohio State. Antoine, we got that one back for you. And you'll notice Texas, of all people, was bitching about a targeting call. Couldn't understand why a targeting call wasn't thrown on something that clearly wasn't targeting. Clint Moses, battle for the North. I think this is battle for the brands. I think whoever gets the biggest brand. Wild Ute says, great win, Mo, and stay tuned to this channel. I think Wild Ute is going to work on a little something to show our appreciation to the SEC in this year's college football playoff. Kuz's Corner, for the second straight year, no SEC teams. That's correct. And they had 3 teams with the opportunity to do it this year. 3. Couldn't get it done. Kuz's Corner, the 2 largest fan bases in the country. I bet ESPN is loving it. I'm sure they are. But guess what? Neither one of those are ESPN properties. Nathan Campbell says, hi, Mo, and congrats. Thank you, Nathan. I just wanted to give you guys my rapid reaction. The play, the 83-yard touchdown scramble from Jack Sawyer, that is one of those games that's one of those plays that's going to go down in Ohio State history. Along with the before the halftime, Travion Henderson, the screen yard that turned into a 75-yard touchdown pass. That's another one. When I saw that, the only thing I could think of was 85 yards through the heart of the South, as called by Paul Keels on the Ohio State Radio Network when Ezekiel Elliott in 2014 in the first 14 playoff blew through and secured the win for Ohio State over Alabama. That it was fantastic. I can't show any clips because the clips keep getting copyrighted. But we'll see. What's the line starting at? 17 versus Notre Dame. Okay, I'm not sure what you meant there, Echo Chamber. Have you heard anything about the Texas head coach possibly going to the Cowboys? I doubt it. That late goal line stand as a whole was big times. Yeah, Ohio State's been really tough to score on, not only in the red zone, but I mean, you can go back and look this season. Their goal line defense has been impeccable, and they showed it there. I mean, again, Jack Sawyer, and I mean the story with Jack Sawyer. He was roommates with Quinn Ewers when Quinn was at Ohio State for his brief stay to collect his NIL money. So, Echo Chamber says all the Big Ten slander should stop. I'm not even saying it's really so much Big Ten slander. I think all the SEC propaganda needs to stop. It's true. I mean, and even during the game, Herbie, he was so clearly on Texas's side with the play calling and, oh, this was definitely a penalty. Oh, no, his knee definitely wasn't down. Oh, and okay, they're questionable calls. You can have an opinion on it. But when your opinion is constantly Texas did no wrong and Ohio State did no right. You know, when they do the play and they isolate the holding from Ohio State, it was a hold. But they won't show any of the plays for Texas that were clear holds. Never get a replay of that. But Herbie can't wait to show you a replay of Texas being held. Echo Chamber says, I'm saying my prediction is OSU by 17 versus Notre Dame, 27-10. Okay. I'll take that. I'll take a win by 1 point. I just want a championship again. Kuz's Corner, he knows ball. The CFP proved the defense wins championships. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ohio State had to rely on their defense this time, and their defense came through big time. Big time. When they needed them the most, the defense was there to not only prevent a touchdown, but score a touchdown that sealed it. I can't listen to Herbie anymore. I mute him. Yeah, as much as possible, I keep him on mute too and listen to Paul Keels on the Ohio State Radio Network. SEC Network hardly mentioned Ohio State. They kept going on about Texas beat themselves. Well, that's not true. If anybody who watched the game and has an IQ above that of a jar of mayonnaise, you would have seen that Ohio State had most penalties and they killed drive after drive after drive. Ohio State did more damage to Ohio State that game than Texas did. Texas, Texas played their asses off. They just got whooped. Does OSU winning a championship erase Michigan's championship last year? No, but what it does for us is we can tell Michigan we have a national championship more recent than they do, which, we will relish in that. We will bask in that. But I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. I appreciate everybody jumping in here and chatting with me. Go Buckeyes. I said it in our group chat. They're all honorary Buckeyes today. Horns down. Go Bucks. Beat Notre Dame. Beat Notre Dame. Beat Notre Dame. And I will give you one last. Georgia Tech, since everybody on Twitter was cheering me with Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech to all of you. Just a little palate cleanser right there. Thanks, guys, and we will see you on Sunday for Mowing After Dark. I'll have a lot more to say on this game and the game's coming up. Until then, stay tuned to College Football Mafia Network. I know Wild Utes got a video dropping about the SEC and their dominance or lack thereof. So stay tuned, y'all.